Hello everybody, looks like we're live. Finally, I've been trying. Okay, we're here at Sapsucker, welcome. We're going to take a walk here. What did I just see fly by? Hold on. I don't know. Since I arrived, or as I was driving in I should say, I've heard American goldfinches, heard or seen, mourning doves, a gray catbird, and I think that's about it. Okay. So anyway, I need to button things up here, and then we'll try to take a walk. Hopefully we'll see some nice things. I'm sorry I'm late, but that's just how it is. That's how it's been today. All right, so we'll take a walk here anyway, as I say, and then maybe we'll go to the campus, depending on what we see. I still need a tripod, so I need to get that set. I never get it out until I know that I'm going to actually use it, just because of how poor the signal has been sometimes, and how difficult it has been to start up. Okay, I'll be with you momentarily, I hope. Oh, hold on, what do I see? I think I see an eastern phoebe. I'm still hearing American goldfinches. You know, this is their time of year. And they're probably more vocal, I would say, than the rest of the year. You know, they are late breeders, American goldfinches are. So, you know, we hear a lot from them. Okay, give another moment or two and we should be underway. Barring any more technical difficulties. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Saying we didn't get to share Knox Marcellus like I had wanted to today. Hopefully we're still live. And that was, you know, not good. But the good news is, I've learned, I believe, what was wrong with the sound. And you could say it was my fault. Okay, we're live. Okay. It was my fault. As it turns out, you know, Dolph told me there was an issue, and had I known, I could have fixed it in no time at all. It's just one camera setting, and the thing is, with that camera setting, when we have it, if I accidentally, it's a matter of an accidental turning of a dial, and when that happens, we lose sound. Had I known. we would have fixed it and had a broadcast, but we didn't. So anyway, welcome to Sapsucker Woods. I am hearing, oh, what's going on? Hold on. Somebody was up there. I believe it was the Phoebe, but I'm not sure. Where am I looking? Or where should I be looking? I don't see it now. There's a lot of fluttering. And now I don't see it, so... Anyway, we'll try to have a walk here and hopefully see a few things. Let's walk this way. I'm not sure what I'm hearing. I didn't see anything fly away from this tree, but I no longer see what I was seeing, so maybe I just missed its takeoff. I hear that ding, ding. I'm not sure what that is. And I'm hearing some other vocalization from ahead there. I'm not sure what that is either. I think I see the Phoebe. Maybe that's what we were hearing. Notice the tail pumping. That helps. That's one of the signs from what I understand. I am hearing a blue jay. Just a few more moments and then we'll move on. Cute little bird. Oh, hey. You know, it flew away, but oh, I see it. Hold on. Okay, it flew out of view. It's still nearby, I believe, but out of view. Now that other vocalization, I'm no longer hearing it. Oh, I just heard it again. I'm not sure what it is. Dear. Have I ever crossed this bridge before? Wait, something's in the air. Or I thought I saw something in the air. Okay, I'm hearing Carolina wren. But I thought I saw something larger. Up high, and maybe on the other side of these trees. Did I just hear tufted titmouse? I believe I did. I don't know what that is. Oh, I just saw two smaller birds, and then I just saw something not large but larger. Maybe blue jay or larger, I'm not sure. And let me look with binoculars. I don't see it. There were a few smaller birds in these trees. I never had a good glimpse at any of them, so I don't know. Oh, wait a second, hold on. What is that? Hold on, I don't know what it was. Or where it is now. It was a yellow bird, and we're hearing it now. I'm not sure what it is. It could be any number of things, actually. Let me look with binoculars, see if I can find her. It seemed to have a yellow breast, a white eye ring, dark eye, otherwise. Maybe a grayish head, if I remember right. Maybe wrong, though. Let me keep looking. I don't see it now. Oh, hold on. That may not be the bird that I was looking for, but whatever it is, it won't come into view either. That looks like a titmouse from here. But that's not what I saw. I saw something else. Well, we're going to get going, but interesting anyway. Just heard a song sparrow. I'm hearing at least one tufted titmouse. I don't know, was that a Baltimore Oriole? Maybe. Okay, that is a blue jay up there. But again, that's not what I saw before. That was what I saw before. Had a lot of yellow. I believe I'm hearing a, just saw another blue jay. I believe I'm hearing a white-breasted nuthatch. Sun is in my eyes, so it's not easy to see over here. Alright, we're going to get going. Interesting, I wouldn't mind seeing whatever that little, mostly yellow or more yellow bird was, but I don't know where it is. And time is running short, as usual. Things change, you know. I mean, weeks ago we'd see a lot of robins in this area. I haven't seen one yet today here. Actually, have I seen? I've seen only a couple robins all day. And you know, right now we're hearing blue jays, and it reminds me that, you know, pretty soon they'll be, in terms of vocalizations, they'll probably be the dominant species here soon enough. You know, late. Oh, there's a robin. Hi, robin. American robin, good to see you. And just heard a song sparrow, and I thought I may have seen a second one, but I'm not sure. Love robins, and you know, like I said, they'll probably, at least in my area, they'll be leaving pretty soon, for the most part. Might see some here and on the Cornell campus, because some do seem to winter around here, but, and I don't know if they stay or if they're robins that are from farther north that come down here, I don't know, but in my area anyway, I generally don't see too many robins, my immediate area around my home, in the wintertime. I believe I might be hearing chickadees. Maybe. Sounds like I'm hearing some kind of sparrow, maybe. Maybe. Or chickadee, I'm not sure. It's a high-pitched sound. Lab is still closed. Common crackle, just heard one. I just heard what sounded like a flight of a mourning dove. Their wings, as they take off, have a fairly distinctive sound. I believe I just heard a red-winged blackbird. I think that chipmunk has a short tail. Just realized it just ran by me the other way, and I think it has a short tail for some reason. I don't know if it lost part of one, or if it never grew it. I don't know. Okay, before I get too close to the water, let me just stop here for a moment and take a look with binoculars before the sun's in my eyes. I see a lot of lily pads, and you know, they're not healthy, beautiful green. I mean, it's getting to be, oh, someone just flew by. It's getting to be, you know, late summer. I mean, we're nearly halfway through August now. Actually, today's the 15th. Well, there are 31 days. By the way, you know, last week we were treated to some nice views here of great blue herons. What's that in the air? Looks like a crow, American crow. Just heard maybe the same crow. I hear a dog also. In the distance somewhere. What do I see? What is that? Who was that? Is that a green heron by any chance? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Where'd it go? Oh, I'm hearing a, yes. an eastern kingbird. This is as close as I can get with this camera. Maybe it'll do something so we can see what it is. I'm hearing a catbird. Is it a young robin? I think it might be. That's what it looks like to me. While we're looking at that, two more crows, by the way. And two more crows. We're going to get going pretty soon, I think, just because we only have so much time. Anyway, as I was saying, oh, I think I see a kingbird. I wasn't saying that, but we saw last week some nice, beautiful views here. And of the former nest tree, and with great blue herons on it. And I did upload that to YouTube if you're wondering what we saw, or if you'd like to see it again. And I also included a bit of footage that you did not see because we had become disconnected. And you know, quite honestly, I should check to see if we're connected now, because last week it was terrible right here. Oh, okay. Okay, let's hit the trails. We're hearing grackles. Oh, you know, hold on one second. I believe I just heard a black-capped chickadee. I'm not positive, but I believe I did. Okay. Hold on, someone just flew in. And I can't see them. There were two of them, whatever they were. I'm hearing a cardinal sing in the background. Not very close, but good to hear. Okay, let's get to the trails. We're hearing, more than anything else, we're hearing common grackles right now. I'm hearing something else. I'm not sure what I'm hearing. And someone just flew up over here. Belted kingfisher just flew up there. That's a... I'm having a hard time telling if it's male or female, but I think it's male. Maybe we'll see it again. Let's get going here. Well, not quite yet. Well, yeah. Okay, on to the trails. That was almost definitely a black-capped chickadee. A lot of technical issues today, and some of them definitely my fault. Like at Knox Marcellus, you know, the area near East Road, if you haven't heard me label it properly, the marsh there. We could have had a broadcast, I believe, but that was my fault. I didn't realize the camera was set that way. It's a dial on the camera, and quite honestly, it can be easily turned the wrong way, and I didn't realize it, so that's why we had no sound. But other places we just kept getting disconnected for some reason. And I'm hearing a chickadee sing. I would say this though, the signal there sometimes was really poor, and then it would jump up to full strength, so it was having me think that it was a signal issue as opposed to, you know, maybe a camera issue, and I never even thought to look at the camera itself. Lesson learned though, and if what I recorded ends up being of value and worthwhile, we may try that again, and maybe the second time around we'll, you know, have a more successful outcome. You know, it's late summer generally, but at least things are still, and you know, we've had some dry weather, but at least things still look pretty green here. They're not, you know, it's not like they're all really tired yet. Now maybe that'll happen in the coming weeks, and it might happen anyway. I mean, you know, often you see as summer progresses, even if there's adequate water, things can start to yellow a bit and look tired, overgrown. Things are looking kind of overgrown in spots, certainly. People say they like the seasons and everything, and I you know, I've been speaking about the fact that I do too, in a way, but you know what I like also? The reset you get in terms of a lot of things. I mean, I don't know what it's, you know, I don't live in Florida, and I'm not, you know, down there all the time. I don't know what things are like in terms of vegetation, you know, in terms of being there, you know, all year round. But here, you know, we get a reset. We get winter, and even if we don't have much snow in winter, I mean, you know, before then the branches are all bare and everything. We get fresh leaves, and you know, the forest renews, or at least it seems to. We also get at least somewhat of a break from all the insects and other bugs. Don't get me wrong, I mean, winter has its own problems. I mean, you know, cold weather has to be dealt with. That was a chipmunk I just heard. For me, I, you know, need to keep my hands warm, and that's really my biggest challenge usually. And keeping my hands warm, even if I have the best gloves in the world, and even if they work, okay, fine, but, you know, I'd rather use a camera or a scope without gloves on. It's a lot easier. And so, I mean, you know, often in winter, you know, I'll take off my gloves and then my hands freeze, but you know, I'm trying to show you whatever it is that we're trying to see. Okay, I see. I heard some noise, and it's a couple squirrels chasing after each other. So in a way, I'm looking forward to fall. I am looking forward to fall. Migration, and it's nice to see what happens in migration. There's no doubt. Winter, I'm actually looking forward to some things. I'm looking forward to the birds. I'm not looking forward to shoveling snow and having slush all over the place as you're driving. That I don't like, but I'm looking forward to the good parts of winter. When I say I look forward to spring and summer, it's the same thing. I'm looking forward to the good parts, seeing the birds fine, not the mosquitoes. It's quiet here in the woods. But I thought I saw some motion, but maybe I didn't. But it's quiet. That was a downy. At least I think it was. What time is it? Okay, it's a little after 6. I'm glad we didn't spend time. Now we might have seen something, but I'm glad we didn't waste any time going to Mace Point or Shockey Pool. Maybe we would have seen something, as I said, but there's the downy again. Hearing a crow. No wood thrushes singing. And not that I've been checking every night, but even in my own area, I haven't been hearing them. I'm not saying they're not around. I did hear one the other day, now that I think about it, but certainly not, a whole chorus of them singing. It's always special to hear the first one of the year. Or I should say my first, first time hearing one each year. I'd have to say, we haven't seen many or heard many lately, but we had some good looks at wood thrushes this year, especially that nest. Especially the nest. Really, we didn't have too many others, but... And I'm so glad I came back that next day to see it, because the following Saturday, everything was vacant. Actually, within a couple days, it was all vacant. 2 or 3 days. For whatever reason, I don't know what happened. I fear the worst, actually, but at least we had an opportunity to see and share that. You hear that? Neither do I. There's a blue jay in the distance, but that's it. My stomach's growling. Don't know why, but it is. Squirrel on the ground. Oh, a couple squirrels. Again, running around after each other a bit. Okay, hearing an American crow. Well, I don't know if we're going to be here all that much longer. Now, granted, we're in the woods, and it's not necessarily the busiest part of Sapsucker in terms of birds anyway, but I have a feeling we're not going to have that many sightings here. Hearing an American goldfinch. American crow. Chipmunk. Okay, there's that one, and I'm hearing a different one. Okay, that one just ran off the trail. And here's some people. I thought I might have heard something. I don't know what I heard, but I felt a mosquito on my arm, on my hand right now, and it kind of got me. Kind of got me. It's not fair. Hold on a second. Oh, I see a squirrel up there in a tree, and it's dropping stuff as it eats. Okay, let's keep going. Maybe that's what I heard. I think that is what I heard. The first time I ever came here, came here for the guided walk in the morning, and then afterwards just walked around. My brother and I were here. We walked around by ourselves. And I do remember, I think it was when we were walking by ourselves, kept hearing this noise in this one spot, and this one squirrel was, boy, throwing out a lot of stuff from whatever it was eating. Another squirrel there. Doesn't want to focus very sharply. Let me look around with binoculars while you're looking at that. I don't see anybody, so we're going to get moving, I think. I mean, I'm not seeing any herons, anything. Okay. Someone just flew across. I think the temperature, by the way, had dropped to about 80 or 81 by the time I arrived here, somewhere around there. Sounds like a few crows back there somewhere, together vocalizing. Okay, let me get set up here. Maybe we'll see something. Maybe we won't. There's a heron. Okay, that's a great blue heron right there. I'll let you look at that while I look around. A little bit of a breeze feels really good. I'm not currently seeing anybody else though, so it's just this great blue heron really. I think I see a song sparrow. It was nice last week when we saw 3 herons, 2 young ones in the former nest tree and 1 adult on, at ground level, but it's not happening today. Hearing a catbird in the distance, but I'm really not seeing much else. Looks like, yeah, that's a cedar waxwing. Thought I might have seen something a little closer, but I'm not sure. Alright, we're going to get going though, just because time is short. I mean, it looks like it's light, but I mean, it's going to get dark in a hurry. So we might as well. I haven't seen any ducks here yet, or actually I haven't seen any ducks or Canada geese. Just taking one more look, I don't see anything like that. Of course, the lily pads, you can see they can make things, make finding things rather difficult, just because they break up that smooth surface of the water. And normally if you see a bird there, it's easy to spot, but when the lily pads are there, it's a different story. Not that I'm thrilled with them the way they look now. I think they're kind of ugly, but it makes me appreciate all the more the times of year when there's no ice and there's no, there are no lily pads, and the water is, just smooth, as long as it's not windy, that is, and, it's beautiful. If you've, joined us over the years, there have been times when we've been here in the winter when there's snow on the ground, but the pond is not frozen or covered with snow, and it's just smooth, surrounded by white. I think it's beautiful. wasn't this past winter. I don't believe it was the one before. And you know, we squirrel there, or chipmunk there. We were lucky to be here right after you know, a real snowstorm. And you know, many, you know, you may recall, it was, the snow was of the type that just stuck to everything. And I think we were here the next day. We weren't here, you know, as soon as a snowfall occurs, you know, the clock is ticking in terms of, you know, it's sticking to the branches. But the nature of that snow, it really did stick for a while. And we were here the next day, and you know, every twig, every branch was covered with snow. And you know, it was really a winter wonderland. I didn't record it as well as I maybe should have or could have, but it was beautiful. And you know, there are some winters when that sort of thing, I'm not saying it, well, may not happen at all, and it could happen and we're just not here to see it. I believe I'm hearing American goldfinches, one or two. As I said, we have not seen any ducks or geese yet. Don't know if we will. Oh, just heard and saw the, well, maybe a different one, I don't know, but a belted kingfisher. We had seen one before, but mosquito, come on, leave me alone. Alright, let me, oops. I'll point you up at the tree for a moment. And I'm going to look with binoculars just a little faster that way. A little easier for me too. We're hearing a catbird repeatedly call. Just heard a robin. And another robin, I believe. I'm not seeing anything really. I think we're going to get a move on. Yeah, there are a few robins around. I've just seen two of them. And I see a couple cedar waxwings, but nothing's close, so we're gonna get moving. Quiet day here, or at least quiet visit for us. always wonder, okay, how was it earlier in the day? Maybe there were, you know, many good sightings earlier, but we weren't here to see them. Just saw a black-capped chickadee, blue jay. I think we might skip coming back to the water. Just go right to the car. I have to kind of peek up over the dash a little bit like you did last week. But at least, oh, I'm sorry. At least you'll stay connected. Well, that's the hoping. Just heard someone pounding heavily. It sounded maybe like a pileated, I'm not sure. Did I hear a Canada goose maybe? Maybe not. My backpack's making a lot of noise too. As I walk, things are moving around in there. Taking a quick, oh, there's a duck. Looked like a wood duck. Sorry to have startled it, but there was a wood duck right there. Sorry, wood duck. But it looked like a wood duck in the air. And there's some American goldfinches. Oh, over here, let me look around. Going back to that first time I came here, and the guided walk. Oh, there are two more wood ducks. The guide described the flight call of the as potato chip, potato chip, potato. Oh, there they go, potato chip. Shoot, didn't want to frighten them. But you know, I think they flew to the other side. Far away. You know, I don't want to start, but they feel the need to fly out of. Love wood ducks, really. They're beautiful, but you know, they're beautiful, but breeding plumage, or at least the males, the males definitely are not. Soon enough. We at number did look at ducks and continue walking predict that the shore would remain and to walk, and sure enough, aren't they beautiful? Mourning doves sing or call. I have a bird, and today it was I than I do, and so I of getting a pressure washer to clean it. Air pressure washing. Then I'm done. It's time to pressure, and I'll disconnect the water first. It's just the way I have it, spraying all over the place. Walk away from the bird. Go shut off the water. Too. Already a mourning dove at the bird bed, and there's not much water that remained after the. So I felt bad about that. It's not there to either drink or bathe. And oh, little rabbit. Cocktail. And there's a lot. Again. Anyway, dove was there. Stays there for a while. I got too close. I didn't even want to go inside because see me. And in the meantime, I'm above water. It's in the and then flies away. Somebody's nearby that all the birds object. It could be me, but it seemed like there was the chickadees at a house. And I think probably another that time. Hearing cedar, and it was a house noise, and the audio is down. Just give me a moment. And chances are it's this. Head to the car. I thought maybe with all systems, I thought maybe the ability that we were predator in the area, hearing as many vocalizations, and some of that had to do at least one. And then we'll just die. Audio is started. Okay, we're back up and running. All right, let me do what I need to do to get back in the car, and then we'll get underway towards the campus. But I need a couple minutes as usual, maybe more. Oh, hold on, let me deal with some things first. I've just heard pounding again. I believe it's affiliated, but I'm not positive. Think about it. We really didn't hear or see too many woodpeckers here. We definitely heard a downy once or twice, but that was just about it. And then that pounding just now was, if I had to guess, was affiliated, but just by the nature of how heavy it was, but or heavy sounding, I should say. Everything just gets tangled all over the place. All right, I'll be with you as soon as I can. Okay, almost ready. Just a couple more things to deal with. Just get the wires where I need them so that we can move the camera if we need to, and hopefully we'll need to. They get all tangled on the various straps of the backpack and tangled up on each other, and they're still tangled up on each other, but let's make our way to the campus anyway, and we'll deal with any problems there. How did this get so tangled? Part of it is because of this new one cable that I bought a couple weeks ago. It just doesn't want to cooperate. I like the old one better. Sorry, but I do. Alright, one more thing, and then two more things, and then we'll get going here. Okay, ready? This actually, would have liked to have seen more, but I still enjoyed that walk. I thought it was nice. We didn't see too much out of the ordinary, but I think one of the things, believe it or not, I liked most was that house wren. I see some starlings. think 5 of them maybe. We're starting to get to that time, maybe a 6th, maybe. We're starting to get to that time of year where we see them flock, often, but I think we're starting to get to those times when you start to see larger and larger, flocks flying around together, and maybe even for extended periods of time, and just an amazing formations and amazing coordination. I don't know if the flocks that are around here are large enough to really call murmurations, but there's a certain area, in my own area, where often it's like, as we get to winter, and then maybe even in winter, it seems like every nice day they'll really gather there. I'm not saying they're flocking, but I mean they're all together. Well, I guess they're flocking in a way, but they'll be all together on all the various traffic, road signs, and I've taken up the habit actually in those in the time of the year, later stages of the year, and then into winter. And I'll if we've had bad weather, or not so great weather, okay, and then whenever we have a nice day, a sunny day, as I drive through that area, I make it a point to look for them. And there have been many times when it's like, I'll look up and, yep, there they are. They just seem to do that on like the nicer days. I imagine it means that, they're basically just all going about their business on the other days, but they just tend to gather there, and they'll be on power lines, on road signs, etc. Something else? It's almost 7 o'clock. We'll do our best to find hawks on the campus. I don't know if we'll find anybody or not at all, but we'll look around. drive here and there, drive through this area, I can see some of the vegetation. It looks tired. We have had dry weather. I mean, what we saw in Sapsucker, actually, in many of the areas, maybe part of that was because of the shade it receives, but it didn't look as tired as what I just saw. I hope that we'll, and I have no idea if we will, I hope that we'll have a nice autumn and have nice autumn colors this year. But I have no idea if that's going to happen. Not sure when Cornell begins the fall semester. Pretty soon. Not sure exactly when, but it may. Well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if freshmen are already here, but for orientation. But I don't know. I don't know how that works. Used to be, the freshmen all came at once. And I don't know if that's the case any longer, or if they split them up over varying weeks. I think they do, but I'm not positive. I thought I had heard that they come in stages or something like that. And I don't know if that means a group will come and then go back, or if it's mandatory. Quite honestly, it would seem to me, it could be a travel burden. If you have to fly here, or even drive here. I mean, it costs money. But again, I'm not positive that they do that in stages anyway. Walking around here and there. usual. Here, a cardinal chip note. No sunroof, so it's hard for me to see up to the top of Sage Hall. Hold on a second. Never mind. Okay, I don't see anybody up there anyway. Of course, that cardinal could be giving us its chip note for some other reason. I'm not saying there's a hawk around. Thermometer reads 80, just so you know. we were lucky last week. We saw Big Red and Arthur in this area here. No such luck today. Not yet, anyway. We had first seen Arthur that day. He had flown to the ground. Looked like trying to catch something, but we couldn't see him on the ground because of the tall grasses. And then he flew up towards the fence. And the whole time, Big Red was up on a utility pole across the road. And it may have been, I don't know, but it may have been that Arthur was on that pole with her at first. Later on, he did join her there at the pole. But he may have been up there when we first arrived. I'm not sure. We didn't see him. One thing we're not hearing, we haven't heard any, not yet anyway, any robin calls. I see a robin on the ground, actually. And like I said earlier, it does seem that, we see robins here on the campus, even in the winter. Maybe not like, a lot of them and not every time we're on the campus, but like we do seem to see them. And again, I don't know if they just remain here or if they are robins that come from further north. I have no idea, but we do see robins here on the campus, often enough that I've noticed it on the campus in winter. Anyway, even so, it's really earlier in the season. We hear a lot of robin calls because of the hawks. I just heard some chipmunks. I wonder if there's. Hold on a second. I might see somebody in the air. Hold on. I think I do. Oh, come on, wire. Hold on. Oh, that's not. Is that a peregrine? I think that may have been a peregrine falcon. It's getting higher. I believe that's a peregrine falcon. Well, it's getting too high for me to record it, sorry. But I believe that's what that was. So let's continue the search. Anybody here? Not that I see. No, I really don't see anybody on any of the Bradfield perches on this side. Just saw a cardinal. I'm, certainly not an expert on birds, but it's nice to have, some level of knowledge as you go through the day. If you hear a bird or something like that, it's nice to, to be able to identify a bird that you might hear or see. Is it critical? No, I mean, it's not critical, of course. Before I started really bird watching, obviously I went through life without identifying every bird that I would see or hear, but really, I still do that, really. But just in going through things day to day, I just you hear sounds. Year round, and often can identify the birds that I hear. Just not everywhere, but in just the places I travel during the week. Sometimes, even if I don't necessarily know what bird I'm hearing or seeing, I might, at least realize, oh, whatever that bird is, it sounds agitated. Maybe there's a reason for that. Yam, 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 yam. Those are American goldfinches. No promises, but we may be back in the tourmobile next week. There's a chance. I don't know how good a chance, but there's a chance. But this is serving us well. Actually, from your perspective, it may not be any different at all. I don't know. A little different for me. I am lucky in that I found that I can basically load the car the same way I load my own car, even though this one has a little less room. So in terms of knowing where things are, you know, during the tour, everything's where it normally is. We're going to go towards the, I think, the central heating plant. See if maybe we can find somebody there. It's been quiet here on the campus. You know, in a way, I feel I've let you down a little bit. You know, I haven't made any trips up here on weeknights lately. Granted, activity levels, you know, are reduced as time goes on each summer. It gets to be more challenging, you know, to make those trips on a weeknight for two reasons. One, you know, as the hawks mature and expand their range, it gets harder to find them. And two, the days are getting shorter. And, you know, to make the trip up here on an evening, you know, there's that much less time to look around. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, at the high point of things, you know, in early June into, you know, to the 20th or 21st, whatever it is, you know, the days are, you know, still light out after 9 o'clock, and now it's getting dark a little after 8:30. Makes it harder to come up here and have you know, a respectable amount of time to search. And as I said, you know, it's not like the hawks are all around Rice Hall now. They're spread out, so it's that much more difficult to find them and have time with them. At least that's, you know, that's for me. 3 robins here. Kind of regret what I didn't record this morning. Before I left home, I looked out and the moon was up. It was a fairly thin crescent, and right near it was a bright spot. And I went and got my phone and used the app I have. Did I hear something? And sure enough, it was Venus. But the angle was tough, and I didn't have time to really, get the scope ready and point it at it. And like I said, the angle was tough. Would have been nice to try to see it, but I find I have a hard time looking at some of the brighter planets. Like last Saturday, late, I had already gotten home after the tour, and I saw up in the sky something, pretty bright. And it was Mars, and I got my scope out and looked at it and just didn't get a good view. Part of that may have been clouds coming in, but I just didn't get like a clear view. Maybe it's too bright. I don't know. We may not see anybody today. I don't know. I don't see anybody. A couple morning doves. I hope we end up seeing somebody. Otherwise, we maybe should have stayed at Sapsucker. Sorry, I'm not finding anybody. Not yet. Not yet, anyway. We don't see somebody pretty soon, we're going to call it a day. I haven't seen or heard any sign of anybody. Just looked at the Bradfield purchase from here. I'm looking down into the oh, that's not good. I'm looking down into the plantations area, and seems quiet down there as well. May not be worth driving down there. We may do it anyway, but come on. There we go. Okay, where are you, Hawks? Where are you? I want to see you. If we don't see somebody soon, like I said, we're going to call it a day. Robins on the ground here. They don't look like there are hawks around. Good to see the robins though. 3 robins. Maybe 4. Another couple minutes of looking and we don't see anybody, we're calling it a day. Sorry to do that to you, but always disappointing when we don't get to see our hawks, but I have tried. I'm sorry, this is not the... I should have dialed it back. This is not the best way to even show you the campus even, or anything like that. I apologize for that. Seems like they just they don't want to be found. Either that or else they're just, you know, relaxing wherever they are. That's more likely. Oh, hold on. I hear Robin alert call. Chance. There's a chance. I see the robin. Now, what's all the fuss about? Now the robin's turned around, but on the same sign. And I don't see anybody just yet. We're could be it's just doing that for some reason, but we're not giving up, not just yet. I see a hawk. Oh, we can't go that way. Okay, hold on. Up on Martha Van Rensselaer Hall, I believe. Can't see from here. Don't know if we can get a good view from anywhere. Anyway, the hawk is up. Up there. I'm not sure who that is. That might be, I don't know. Hard to tell. But we'll see if we can get a better view anyway from somewhere in here. I don't know if that's possible. Thank you, Robin. It is getting a little dark now. Okay, I believe it is Arthur. It looks like Sir Arthur. Yes, 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 I know. Okay, 1 second here. Again, it's getting dark, but at least we get a nice look at him. I believe that's Arthur. I'm going to lighten it up a bit. That's not too bad. Hello, young man. Let me adjust my screen so I can see. Good to see Arthur. Good to see any of our hawks. You know, have to appreciate them whenever I can. I try to remind myself often, you know, to not take the birds for granted. You never know when, you know, you're not going to be able to see them for whatever reason. Either because they're gone, or because you know, just your own situation has changed and you're not able to go see them, or who knows what. I think we're going to end our search here today with Arthur. Close up shop very shortly. Maybe we could find Big Red, I don't know, but wouldn't mind getting back home earlier today than usual. For me, it's been a nice day. I, you know, didn't get to do everything I wanted to do, you know, partially because of my own mistake with the camera this morning, but also just, you know, eventually conditions got a little bit tough, and we certainly had some connection issues at times. But overall, I enjoyed the day. You know, I'm hoping that whatever I put together in terms of what I did see this morning, in terms of shorebirds and everything, will prove useful. It might not. I have to get around to doing it too. It's going to take a while. I fear if I do a really good job with whatever video I've recorded, they'll expect that kind of a job every time. And that's okay, but you know, sometimes editing for me takes time. I'll say this. You know, I told you that if you didn't catch it, Dave Nutter, who has permission to go to certain areas along, you know, away from East Road, you know, along that marsh there, not the Knox Marcellus Marsh. He and I, because you know he has special permission, went there, and our intention was to live stream, you know, shorebirds and other birds that we might see there. And you know, that didn't work out because of, as it turned out, most likely my own fault. But he seemed pleased with what we saw, and I think, you know, and he hasn't seen my camera footage yet, but I think he, assuming that it came out well, I think he wouldn't mind doing that again and you know, looking for shorebirds there. So that it's a possibility that that'll happen again in the future. We'll see. Anyway, you know, I think it's time for me to pack up and go home. So I want to wish you all very well, and we'll say good night to Arthur. Good night, Arthur. Good night, good young man. Be well. Take care of yourself. And I want all of you to take care of yourselves and have a great week. Till next time, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Isn't he cute? Sorry. He just looked at the mourning dove that was up there on the roof with him. Flew away. Okay, take care everybody. Bye-bye.